Hello, my name's Matthew. I'm an English teacher from the UK. Today I'm going to teach you one lesson about 3 English words that people find difficult. The 3 words are to overtake, to take over, and a takeover. Now these 3 words look the same, but they mean different things, so it's important to know the difference. So, let's go. Number 1, to overtake. This is quite easy. It just means to go past. For example, if you're driving a car and the person in front is going very slowly and you want to get past them quickly, then you can turn off, go past them and drive ahead. That is overtaking. So when you go past them, you are going to overtake them. So here's the first example. I am going to overtake the car in front. Overtake doesn't only have to be cars. It can be running, so you could overtake someone in a race. It could be if you're playing a game and you get better than someone, you overtake them in the leaderboard. Or it could be countries. So for example, this news story says China's GDP to overtake US in 2022. So that means China's GDP is going to go past or get higher than the US by 2022. So here's the sentence. The GDP of China will overtake the GDP of the USA by 2022. There's just one thing to remember about overtake, and that's here. There's no space between over and take. They're together. So make sure you remember no space between over and take. Okay, so that's the first word. Now the second word. The second word is another verb, and it's to take over. So that means to get control of something, usually a business or an organization. For example, last year Sir Alex Ferguson was the manager of Manchester United, the football team. But he retired, he went, he left. They got a new manager, and the new manager was called David Moyes. So we can say that David Moyes is going to take over at Manchester United. Here's the sentence. David Moyes is going to take over at Manchester United. That's because he's going to get control. He's going to become the boss of Manchester United. Takeover is also used in businesses. So, for example, Google paid lots of money to get YouTube and Motorola. So we can say Google is going to take over more companies. So a verb to take over just means get control. There's one more. It could also be to do with a city or a country. These things here are zombies, things that rise up from the dead and walk around. And imagine a city and streets full of zombies. Zombies everywhere, eating your flesh, eating your bones and your skin and your brain. You would say, zombies have taken over the city. Ah! So that's the third meaning. It can be a city or a country, but it's getting control. If something gets control, it has taken over. So that's number 2. Here's number 3. A takeover. Now you'll notice this is very similar to takeover, but it's slightly different. A takeover is a noun. So it means the act of getting control of something. So it's really the same as to take over, but this time it's a thing. For example, Google's takeover of YouTube cost $1.5 billion. So this is a thing. This is a takeover. The takeover. Here's the second example. This takeover will make us rich. So again, it's a thing. The takeover. And finally, the zombie takeover was scary. So takeover is a thing that happens. Let's recap. We had first to overtake. all one word, and it means to go past. So for example, I'm going to overtake the car in front. Then we had to take over, and that means to get control of something, usually an organization. For example, Google is going to take over another company. And finally, we had a takeover, which is a noun, and it means the act of getting control of something. For example, the zombie takeover is very scary. So, it's time to test you and see how much you've learnt. Here are 3 sentences with the gaps, with words missing. You need to use the 3 words from the top, here, here and here, and put them in the gaps. I suggest you pause the video, read the sentences with the correct word, and then you can check. Here are the answers. Number 1, my company is going to take over your company. Number 2, Lewis Hamilton needs to overtake the car in front. And number 3, the takeover cost $1 million. Thank you very much. That's the end of the video. My name is Matthew. You can find me on italki or on other teacher websites online. Thank you.